Okay, so I knocked us off when I dropped us when I sneezed. So it's a brilliant idea. And it's Archangel Uriel that's coming forward. And Archangel Uriel is the angel of light. He will brighten your path. He will guide the way. He's working with you. He's going to help you bring it to fruition. His color is pale yellow. Oh my gosh, that's the color of the comforter I bought for my room. And I've been connecting with Uriel like crazy lately. He came to me a few weeks ago, and basically told me he's been with me since I was a little girl. He's the one who taught me my language. And I'm like, wow. So Archangel, and I just bought that comforter. There was 3 that I was going between, and that one was the one I chose. Soft, like a buttercream yellow. And that's his idea. So he's saying, we're gonna show you how. So you've got a great idea, but you don't know how you're gonna bring it about. Or you don't know who you're gonna, you know how you could do it if you had the funds, or if you knew the right people, or if you were in the right location, right? So he's the one that's gonna show you how to get it done. And even if it feels like it's pushing you past your comfort zone, you're being asked to do it. You're not biting off more than you can chew. There's your, like if you had that kind of a question, oh my God, am I in over my head with this? No, you're not. Bring the idea up front, and Spirit says, we will bring it to life. We'll help you. We're going to be there all the way along, whatever it is that you might need. Just like me, you guys, I'm telling you, that's why they're bringing me all this stuff. That's why I'm getting everything I ask for. I ask for a hat, it's there 5 seconds later. I ask for that medium-sized backpack with a water thing, it's there, boom. You know, not only are they helping me get things at a way reduced cost, they're giving me exactly what I'm asking for. So it's not that I'm just madly manifesting, which I am. I'm in a receptive mode, and it's time. Spirit says it's time that you got back for all that you've given. And I'm welcoming it, right? But it's also to show you how easy it is to manifest. What can I do, Spirit? What would you want me to do? How can I help everyone and myself? What is it that you would like me to do? And then they tell me, you do it, and then you say, could you help me with this? Heck yeah, they can. As long as it's your intention is good, you're coming from a place of love, and you're asking for the highest good of all concerned, you're gonna get it. I get it. So don't be worried that it might fall flat, or you won't have the resources or the backing, or it might dry up. Spirit's saying, no, it's a good idea. Gosh, I almost turned it off while I went to the next. So the next item that we are choosing from, I'm gonna put the flute away. All my cards are blowing all over the place. Oh, I forgot this book I wanted to show you guys. We'll do it at the end. So the next item we've got is the flute, the flirt, the rock, no, Ganesh, and the rock, right? Ganesh and, oh no, the leather pouch, and Ganesh. Okay, here we go, sorry. It doesn't really matter if I remember, you guys already know, you've chosen it, right? So 2 came out, all is well, and nurture. So, Archangel Jeremiah, his color is purple. He's not the only one that has the color purple, but that's one of his colors associated with him. Archangel Jeremiah is the angel of review. It's Mercury retrograde we're going into soon. And he's saying that everything is happening just exactly as it's meant to happen. All is well. Even if you can't see that it is right now, everything's happening the way it's meant to happen. And there are blessings. You're going to understand what they are. The reason you don't understand right now, maybe with what you're going through, is because the blessing is hidden. And a hidden blessing is discovered as a disaster, what is it called? A hidden blessing may be seen as a disaster or a problem. But sometimes Spirit causes chaos in order to wipe things away so other things can be rebuilt. Or, well, that's interesting that I said rebuilt. That other things can be built or rebuilt, right? Maybe you choose to rebuild, maybe you choose to build elsewhere. I don't know. But it's a problem that you think you're having, and Spirit says, no, it's not a problem. It's actually an answer. It's like I had a client, and I said, it might be that you're moving on. Am I going to lose my job? And all I got was success around work. You're going to be very successful. You're going to have, you're going to prosper. You're going to have public acclaim. You'll be promoted. It's wow. Everything was coming very, very well financially. But the question was, am I going to lose my job? And I said, you know what? I don't know. They're not showing me that. They're just showing me that you're going to be very successful. And I said, so maybe sometimes you have to lose something, or that job has to go by the wayside in order for you to have what you're meant to have. And the person got really angry and said, I can pretty much guarantee you that it's not going to be in my highest good if I lose my job. And I said, okay, I'm just telling you what Spirit's showing me. And then they hung up. And I thought, that's how we react sometimes, right? It doesn't feel like it's a good thing. That sounds like a problem to me. But if you have faith in spirit, see, there's a difference between calling into a psychic and saying what's coming and calling in for guidance. How can I build up my faith? You know, am I seeing this incorrectly? You know, because I trust in spirit. I read for somebody yesterday, and I said, you know, the problem is you don't trust spirit. And I do trust spirit. I do trust spirit. I said, no, and everything you're saying is, you know, where were they? They haven't been here. You know, they've abandoned me. They deserted me. You know, they took away from me somebody that was my teacher, and left me hanging. And that was to have you learn your own lessons. You were ready. Your teacher did the work. No, my teacher didn't care. They just abandoned me. Well, maybe that's what that's what had to happen in this life. But Spirit said that wasn't a mistake. You were meant to go on your own and struggle and figure it out and stand up and stop feeling sorry for yourself and stop blaming everybody else. Everything happens for a reason. It may not be that we like it, and you're free to say, I don't fucking like it. I don't like it. It's taking too fucking long. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's not okay with me. All right. It's not okay with you, but it doesn't mean you're going to change it, right? So stop going in. You've gone in for years, and you're angry at God. I'm not angry at God. Who are you angry at? My archangels, they abandoned me. Well, they work for God. They work for us. They work for us. We don't work for them. They work for us. We came here to experience this and do what we could while we were here to help this planet ascend and the others coming up behind us. Spirit works for us. We request their help, and they work for us. They work for their Father, but they're working to help us. They're our team. And I brought that out. I didn't finish that. A question, something that was stated to me was, I said, correct for neutrality on all levels. And the person said, I don't want to hear anything from your guides. I want to hear only from archangels and angels appointed by my Heavenly Father for me. And I said, of course. I'm just a channel. I don't like that word. And I said, well, I don't know what else to call it. You know, you can call it a conduit. You can call it a channel. You can call it a seer. You can call me whatever you want. I don't like calling myself a psychic either, but I am, right? So I'm just telling you that I am just the means. I'm just the mouth. And if you came to me for a reading, then you need to trust that I'm connecting to our Father. I connect to our Father. And I work with archangels. I don't work with guides. My guide is my mom. That's my guide. That's for me. It's a personal thing. But when I work for Spirit, I work for Spirit. I work with archangels. I work with ascended masters. And I said, so if you call in certain, you know, ascended masters or archangels that you would like to hear from them, that's who's going to speak to you. It's not for me to decide who speaks to you, right? But I said, you're going to have to trust me. If you don't trust me, why are you having me read for you? I'm not giving my personal opinion. Spirit uses me in a certain way, and we all teach differently, remember? One teacher, but we have different ways of learning and different ways of seeing and speaking and teaching. But Archangel Jeremiah is telling you all is well. It's better than you think. So his color is like a deep purple. I love it. Eggplant color, like a very rich color. The darkest purple. It's interesting. That's one of the pillows that I picked up for my my little caravan that I'm making. That was my standout pillow that I got. So when you have that color with you, you know that Archangel Jeremiah is in your presence. If you have a crystal that color, there's choroid, there's amethyst, there are other crystals that hold that color. If you wear that color, if you hold those crystals closer, you'll be speaking to Archangel Jeremiah. So right now, he's working with you. For you who chose this, it was one of the ones I chose, right? So he's working with you. And you can talk to this one. This one is going to help you with changes that you need to go through, maybe for your physical body, to help you be calm and in a state of peace. You want to be in a state of peace and receptivity. You don't want to be, who's going to battle right now, right? If there is battle that needs to take place, we call upon our archangels to help us, our ascended masters to work with us. But we want to stay in a place of peace. The greatest master is able to find peace amidst chaos, right? But you got to find your center. So this is like a beautiful place for them to have me sit, right? Under the arms of Spirit, this tree saying, I've got my arms all around you. You're safe and protected. Imagine those branches coming down around you. That's love, right? So Archangel Jeremiah, he wants you to practice deep breathing. I had a blockage in my right finger, right, my middle finger. it wasn't my middle finger, it was running down the meridian there. It was right here in my arm, and my friend John did some work. He works with the Holy Fire, and he did some work to try and release it. And he said, what's with your middle finger? And I said, that's my mother's ring. It's my mother's ring. I wear it all the time. It's very important. I thought I lost it the other day, and I got very upset. And he says, is that when it started to ache? And I said, no, but it's associated with my mother, that center. So he says, can you just imagine, take a breath, relax, and imagine that breath traveling down that meridian, over that spot, and pulling out that blockage and releasing it through the end of your finger. And I say, turn whatever it is back into pure white light. So I just imagine that. Ooh, and I just felt the electricity going through my left hand as I released it out the end. So, I mean, that's Reiki healing, that's holy fire. People do it different ways, right? But that's what he would like you to practice, things like that. Breath work, yoga, anything that's gonna keep you in a kind of a happy, lighthearted state of being, right? So ask him to help you make smooth transitions from whatever it is that your jobs, your relationships, your place of employment. Interesting, job and place of employment. Why did I see those as separate? I did. So what's your job here? Your job, your purpose, that's your purpose, but what's your place of employment? It might be different, right? So he'll help you make smooth transitions in times of change. And he'll help bring about harmony for everybody involved. Like, I'd like to bring about harmony to that whole situation because it didn't feel good. That didn't feel good to me. Somebody might have thought they were flirting, but it didn't feel good to me. It felt like I was, you know, and it's not that, it's interesting, like, why don't you let it roll off your back? I was just observing, because Spirit asked me to observe synchronicities today, and that was a definite synchronicity, seeing that fellow that I see everywhere, that he bought my little black bunny that I was going to get, that he was wearing my Ganesh shirt, right? So that was a synchronicity. So I'm observing, and they wanted me to understand the difference between, and then I saw, wow, that's a very, you look at that kind of flirt, you didn't even recognize that as flirting, because he was speaking about your path and your purpose. That was important to you, right? But he was just flirting. He was just doing this kind of, I don't know what he was doing, but he was obviously very young at it, right? But it was just showing me, for my clients, like, this is going to come up a lot, the way a young boy flirts and the way a man flirts, right? It was shown, those two men, there was a difference. One was a boy, one was a man, and it was very clear who was coming from a more zen. That's why I said I love the message that he said, his perspective. And I'm just seeing this bug go by, and I couldn't catch it fast enough for you guys, but it was red, fire engine red. It was amazing. I can still see it going down the street. It's so red. A flying beetle. Beetle is sacred protection. Wow, root chakra, getting grounded. Passion, could be anger coming up. Yeah, he felt angry. He did. He felt angry, like he wanted to fight with me. It was weird. So keep an amethyst or charoite or any purple crystal that you have that you know of close to you, and you'll keep that energy, that peaceful, loving energy. So that was all as well. And what was the other one? There was another one, wasn't there? Nurture. No, I love this. This is Archangel Gabriel. I work with Gabriel every day. Gabriel's the messenger. So this is about nurturing your inner child. This is about respecting and loving and nurturing yourself. Like, this is nurturing for me. This is grounding and blessed and beautiful and fun and a treat. I'm never anywhere else that makes me this happy. Or let's say it in a different way. There's nowhere else that would make me happier than being in nature. I'm looking at the big clumps of the spruce inside these trees, and they look like mistletoe hanging there. Giant mistletoe. So this is what this is about. This is about nurturing yourself. You need to nurture yourself like you would your own inner child. Remember that book I spoke about earlier? I did a post. Maybe you guys didn't see it. Spirit said, you know, observe. That's what I do. And I was looking for a book rack, and the first book that I came across said, love me. No, speak to me like you love me. And it was a relationship book, and it was amazing. I was like, I love this. I think I need to go back and buy it. I just was flipping through the pages, and they were just showing different examples and stories and how people do, like, different love languages. Maybe that's what I was seeing, right? We have a different love language. I was just flirting, I was just kidding around. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I didn't mean to make you feel bad. I just thought you were pretty, but I didn't know how to talk to you. Wow. All of a sudden, it's a completely different story, right? Could be read so wrong. That could be exactly the truth of the matter, right? So nurture your own self like that. Like, would you talk to yourself that way? I don't know. I wasn't thinking. Okay, well, think, right? So right now it's about nurturing your own self. It's also about nurturing your child. I get to see my daughter. In a couple weeks, I'm going back to pick up my little trailer, and we're all going to have barbecue at the lake on July 4th. So I get to see her, and she just sent me some pictures of her and her husband and my grandson. They went out they had a family vacation up to Big Bear, and it was so cute. They took all their dogs, and they had little vests on the dogs on the lake. And she's like, "Do you think Pat would let us come out to the dock, to my old place, right?" I said, "Oh, he would love it. He's done so much work on that place. He would love to have you there." So she's sending me all these pictures, and she's so beautiful, and she's so happy. And I love telling her that. I said, "I'm going to share these pictures because you're so beautiful, and I'm so proud of you." And I don't mean just she's just so beautiful. She's happy. She's a great mom. She loves her husband, and they're all happy together. Nothing makes me happier than that, right? So this is about nurturing your child, your inner child, in that way, in that loving way. Let them know how important they are. They're important to you. You're important to you, right? Don't let somebody make you feel bad. There are people who will give you like backhanded compliments. There are people who get a kick out of putting other people down. It's a way that they feel important, but it's actually really insecurity, right? So there needs to be nurturing done there. So right now, a good idea is to be around young ones. Pay attention to young ones. Allow that inner child in yourself to come out and play. I've done a lot of inner healing lately with my inner child and my daughter and my sister and my twin and his brother. And I didn't even realize there was a lot of healing that was done, that my inner child was hurt during romantic relationships. That she was never validated, that she was never backed up. She was never, no one had her back. That inner child was really, really damaged. So she needs a lot of love. So while you're nurturing that inner child, you're going to be more receptive and understanding and click in to younger ones and understand maybe why they do what they do, because you've got healing that's happening at this time. They're also telling you it's time to get out and have some fun and play. Go sit on a rock, climb a tree, ride a bike, play. Play a flute when you can't freaking even play it, right? Go on the lake. Oh my God, I'm bringing my freaking canoe back with me, and I don't even know where I'm going to put it, but I just got a flash of it on the top of my truck on the way home. My ruby slipper. Coming out to the desert with a freaking canoe. That's so funny. I'll probably sit in it and row it on the dirt. My girlfriend Ashley and Jonathan, when she first moved in, I went out in the front yard, and they were both sitting in a little kiddie pool with no water in it. They had Om music going, and they had snacks, and I said, "What are you guys doing?" And she says, and she was a little embarrassed, and he didn't seem to be embarrassed. They were totally letting their inner children out playing. It was the cutest thing ever. It's really vitally important, because it never grows up. It's always in there, right? And there's so many of us that didn't have that growing up. So do it now. Allow it to play now. You don't have to be so stuffy. It's like, we have to be so, like that young kid, he had to act so cool. No, you didn't. You weren't cool. You were stupid. You acted like a fool. The other gentleman was very polite. Have a blessed day. That was a man, right? No silliness. Maybe somebody's just awkward and doesn't know how to communicate. But it's about playing, and maybe he was. I'm going back and forth because it could be anything, right? Maybe he was being silly. Maybe he was just playing. Maybe that was just his way of playing, right? He didn't mean anything by it. He was just goofing around. I just took it seriously because it was about my life, right? I didn't know if it didn't feel like a joke to me. So I'm pretty intuitive. I pretty much know, even if he felt he was flirting, it was condescending, because I felt that energy, right? I'm in a loving place. So I'm just giving all the examples, because you could be sitting there thinking about yourself doing something and say, well, I'm not very good at communication, and I wouldn't know how to open up conversations, so I'd probably say something stupid too, and you wouldn't even talk to me. No, it wasn't that. It was something very important to me, and I answered several times, and it was pretty much, you need to start just brushing up on your knowledge, and it's not the way you teach. It's not a loving way to teach. Hi, I'm just doing a live reading. It's a beautiful day.
It is. The breeze is awesome.
Oh, I love it. So does your dog.
Yeah, he's pretty happy.
Yeah, it's nice. Have a good day. When I said reading, he got he shut down. Okay, we have army ants all over my water. That's interesting. All over my emotion. Army ants, and they're biting me. I don't like that. That's a message. Get up and move. It's not working right there. Okay, so our last, and I can't remember what the heck it is. I wondered if I sat here how long it would take before I would have the ants come marching. Not long. So for the last item, and I have no idea, you guys. Oh, we got 2, and I didn't even feel 2. I think it's Archangel Jeremiah again, and I think it's overcoming difficulties. Let me see. It is. It is Archangel Jeremiah. Overcoming difficulties. Can you see it? Gosh, am I totally in the... Hold on, I don't want these to go away. You stay where you belong. Let's go over here. I'll sit perched up on this little... This is where I wanted to sit originally. Oh, gosh, it is more comfortable. Why don't you just listen to your intuition? Okay, overcoming difficulties. And so you see this beautiful angel. Look at her. Look at her braid going down her back. And she's just one big feather of light. Oh, I love it. The worst is now behind you, and you are surmounting any previous challenges. The worst is behind you. You're being shielded from that challenge. Oh, and you've been helped. See the vortex of energy right here? That's beyond. You didn't do it on your own, and you're not doing it on your own. Spirit is helping you at this time, overcoming challenges. So, Archangel, let's look up there, you guys. That's so beautiful. I'm looking up there thinking you guys should be seeing that. So, call upon Archangel Jeremiah to help you with the remainder of whatever it is that this mountain you've been climbing, you know? Like I said, the obstacle remover, get it out of the way. It's been too freaking long. But the worst is behind you. So whatever challenges there were, you have gotten to the place where they're not going to be, and they're never going to be that hard again. You've done that. It's like you'll have other challenges, but right now, it's going to be okay. You've gone through what you needed to go through. You faced your challenges. It's made you become stronger, right? It's grown you. It's grown you. It's lifted you higher, and it's made you understand what you're made of and that you're capable, right? And so whatever the lessons that you've been going through, what I really like about it is instead of becoming bitter and blaming and shutting down and being angry, you've gone through it. You've persevered. You've pushed through it. You've leaned on Spirit. You've opened your heart, and you've understood, wow, I know what it was like to go through that, because that's how I felt. So now I can be the strongest teacher to somebody else that's going through that and help them, because when you're going through a trouble of yourself, help somebody else to get your mind off of you. You get busy doing something to make somebody else feel better, and you'll soon forget how bad it is that you've been feeling, right? And you'll be able, you're in a loving, giving energy. And so because of that, your body is open and your heart is open and you're receptive to Spirit's help. You're working through your issues and they're helping you as you're helping somebody else. It's amazing how they do it. You're not blaming anyone. You're not feeling like you're the victim, right? And so now, whatever the challenges were before, you don't even feel them as much. You're working through them and popping right over them. How and why? Because you didn't become bitter, because you didn't become angry. You just pushed your way through it. So Archangel Jeremiah, his name means mercy of God. So you can call upon him for mercy, right? For anyone involved. Please bring a sense of mercy to anybody involved in this situation. And please help me be merciful to people who treat me like crap, right? Help me have a merciful outlook and understand and have some compassion. And remember, maybe when I went through a time like that, or maybe when I felt like that too. And you know, we've all been there, right? At one time or another. So it's also, when you have a merciful outlet, it's not outlet. Oh, outlet, I like that. A merciful outlet, I like that. It's like when I got that blockage in my arm and it released it and the outlet was merciful. Take it out, put it so that I can be light and I can be free of that, of whatever that was. But when you have a merciful outlook, you're supposed to be also bringing that mercy and extending that mercy for yourself. My stuff's blowing around. So then there's another one. The last one is prioritize. And Spirit says it's time to prioritize. Can you see it? I gotta go back under the tree. One of my cards blew away. I can hold this one. So, gosh, my nose. Okay. So prioritize. Oh, Metatron. I love Metatron. Love him. Sacred geometry is everywhere, right? Focus on your highest priorities. I'll help you get organized and motivated. See how he's holding the bowl in front of himself? He's focused on that bowl. It's filled with what's precious to him, what matters most to him. Look at my nails. And he's walking with care not to spill it, right? So he's asking you to put your focus and your intention on what matters most to you and treat it with love and care. Prioritize your physical self. Prioritize your health, your outlook, your mental outlook, right? Your spirit. You've got to be in a positive place like that so that you can focus on the highest and the good. You want to focus on your highest priority. So your highest priority should be what is in my highest good and the highest good of everyone involved, right? That's how spirit helps us. What can I do that's going to be in the highest good for all involved? What makes my heart sing? What makes me come to life? What makes me feel like I'm alive? That's what I said to my friend that I read for the other day. He's like, I don't know what to do. I'm in a stump. I don't know how to get out of it. And I said, where does your heart feel alive? He said, India. And I said, why? What were you doing then? How were you feeling? What was going on? He goes, I was very zen. And I said, yeah, so was the person that I met here, right? You don't have to go to a different country, but you can go back to that space and time in your thinking and how you were feeling and focus on that instead of focusing on the blame and the victimhood and the anger and the upset and things didn't work out my way and I don't understand it. A lot of times Spirit says, stop asking the questions and just wait to hear the answers. They'll come. Right? Our answers are within us. We already know. You don't shut down your spiritual work when you're disappointed. You don't blame. Sometimes we get knocked off our path. It does happen. And you feel like, you don't understand what I've gone through. Yeah, I do, actually. Believe me, we've all gone through something. And we can either go into a place of victimhood and shut down and never get up again. And it has a lot to do with who you talk to, what you drink, what you eat, what you take into your body as far as a drug. The people that you commiserate with, and what is it your topic of conversation is? Is it uplifting? Is it forward going? My girlfriend Tammy and her husband, and my Uncle Phil, I challenge you to ever be in their company and leave depressed and negative. There's no way. It's always positive. It's always uplifting. My best friend Diane, my best friend Julie. You want to be around people like that because when you're around them, you're excited and you're happy and your energy feels alive and you're younger and everything goes better for you. So Archangel Metatron says prioritize your mental health first. How about that? Get your head straight, right? I love Metatron. He works with autistic children, with drug addicts, with anyone that has a challenge, he works with. He's an ascended master. He knows what it's like to be a human being. He knows what your life has been. He knows what you've been through, and he understands. A lot of times angels don't. They haven't been there. They don't know. That's why when you're getting downloads, sometimes it comes way too fast, and you need to say, you need to slow down. That's too much for me. It's overwhelming. But Metatron knows. When I met Metatron in the field, I was here in Sedona. He literally came up. He gave me my work name, the Angel's Whisper. He was amazing. He's got a sense of humor and like a little bit of sarcasm. The way he talked to me, I thought it was pretty funny. I was looking for the Anunnaki. I was terrified because my twin said he was half Anunnaki. And a lot of people are very frightened about the Anunnaki, that they're the belly sliders, they're the lizards, they're the ones from Dark Under, they're the ones that they're masters, they want to control, right? But they're not all bad. There are some that have changed and are working with us in the light, right? So remember that guy said, what team are you banging for? I don't think that's the way the light would consider the light of love working through us. It's a different terminology. So Metatron, I was looking under beds, under bridges. I was terrified. I was very upset because I had been told you don't want anything to do with Anunnaki, and he told me he was half Anunnaki, and so I'm looking everywhere frantically through this village and town, and through the bridges and through the veil and everywhere I was looking, through the mountains. And he said he came up and he was very peaceful. He's always so easygoing, calm and gentle and peaceful and loving. The energy that flows from him and Archangel Michael are the same for me. I feel a more big brother protective feeling with Michael, but Metatron, I loved him. He was freaking awesome. And he said, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I go, I'm looking for the Anunnaki. And he goes, they can't hurt you. They're not gonna hurt you. You're safe. You're safe with me, right? I'm standing there with Archangel Metatron. And I was frantic. And I said, really? And he goes, they're not all bad. Some of them are working with us. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Right? So he's saying, I'll help you get organized. I'll help you get motivated. I'll help you bring you back from that place of, you know, maybe you felt like you were knocked on your ass. Metatron's so kind and understanding. He knows what it feels like, right? He's been there. He's the record keeper. So he'll help you get your thoughts organized. He'll help you get your life organized. He's freaking badass. No, it didn't end. Okay. So I think that's it, you guys. If anybody would like help with a private reading or any of my other services, I'm a Reiki master. Anything from my Angels Whisper wellness line that the angels created with me, life coaching, anything I could help you with. My website is www.theangelswhisper.com. My email address is sherricolumbus@yahoo.com. I would be honored. I'm so on fire here. Oh, look, you guys, let's go see. I'm so where I'm meant to be. And I'm really excited. Now I'm excited when I go back. I was not excited about going back to California. I wasn't ready. But in a couple weeks, I'll be excited because I'll be going and I'll know what I'm doing, right? I'll be having a party with my family and my friend Pat. Look at that. Isn't this amazing? It's so beautiful. Oh, wow. That is so freaking cool. Now what's interesting is they're outside of his fence line. So did they just pop up here? Because look at this one. Yeah, because look, here's babies, little volunteers. Look at that. This is a neat property. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now I'm just seeing this property. I love that tree in the middle. I would have the house back there, and I would have all of this as a yard, and I would have an 8-foot fence or rock wall around the whole property. Look how big it is. This is a decent property. I know that most people would probably put the house there, but why? I guess you could put the house there, and then you could have all this for the backyard. Yeah, let's do that. All this for the backyard. And you got privacy with the trees all around you. What a beautiful property. Love the tree. The tree would definitely have to stay. Okay, I gotta get riding my bike. I said I wanted to ride my bike every day so that I wouldn't be uncomfortable wearing at least a bathing suit top in the boat when I get back to California. You know, I don't want any back fat. And I gotta start doing the sit-ups again. I haven't been doing those. I'm bringing you over to see. He does have them in his yard. Oh, so it's a he that lives here. Hi, there goes a couple little quailies. Look at that. That is the coolest thing ever. So even after they blossom, they're beautiful because they've got the yellow that looks like a flower. Look at that. Even a prickly cactus has a soft spot. But man, you gotta be careful. I bumped my finger on the way out and got about 4 little cactus needles. I have to get them out right away, otherwise they fester. I love this tree. It's a cool rock. Oh, did you see that big lizard? Regeneration. Transformation. Oh, it's a fountain. Oh my gosh, gotta get this fountain going, dude. Okay. The person waved at me when he left, so I'll walk on the outside of his property just in case. He waved, but I don't want him to think I'm pushing it, right? Okay. I'm gonna go ride my bike. Let's see if there's anything else that we need to see before I say goodbye to you guys. So remember, talk to me like I'm someone you love. You should do that with everyone. Speak to them like they're someone you love. Remember when you speak to people, even when you're in a fight with somebody, remember. That's someone I care about. That's my family, right? They're acting like a jerk right now, but it's like I said to my kids. You know, I'm mad at you right now. It doesn't mean I don't love you. Just because I'm mad at you doesn't mean I don't love you. So I'm not going to talk to you in a demeaning, disrespectful way. Wow, such good lessons for us, right? I love you guys. Peace.